Okay, Accounting 121. It's the 14th of July, and it's after the close, after the market close. It's 2:30, I think. Oh, almost 3 o'clock. Good Lord. Where does the time go? I had a question from one of your fellow students, and I want to answer it and give you a look at the final comprehensive problem so that you can see it and maybe get a jump on it. So that you don't wait till the last moment to do it. Let me see now. I think Emily, thank you, really thank you for reaching out, and I'll try and answer your question as best I can. Emily writes, I went ahead and started worksheet number 2, and in her earlier one, she said, I've started my end of semester project, was hoping you could look over the worksheet and make sure I made the correct journal entries. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to throw it up there on the screen here, and right now I'll make me small, and then I'll pick up. I think I'm better off up here on these Excel sheets. And then I can put up 2 Excel sheets at once. If you don't know how to do that, just Google it, and you'll be able to see. Now, this one over here, I can't remember whose is whose. I think this one's Emily's, and just to be sure, and yes, this is one of the solutions that I kept by a student and in past semesters, and she made one error, but I'll show it to you quickly so that you know the trick, because there was some accrued revenue. But you remember we have the problem right here, and what I want to show you, and at year end, Fernandez had provided $30,000 of unbilled services to customers. So you got to make a receivable for that. So that goes in accounts receivable, and I think Amanda missed that. I can't remember, but that's the trick to the question. Even though it's unbilled, and I was looking it up so that I could answer this question adequately. I can answer it in my own words, but I did look up a sort of a stock answer. What did I do with it? Well, there it is. Quora. This is a Quora one. I had an accounting coach one, but because of the whole idea that Pacioli came up with was matching revenues with expenses in the period that they occurred. This is the principle of periodicity. This is accrual accounting. So whatever they did that day at year end, Fernandez had provided $30,000. He went out in the field. This is a field work company, for farming, and they went out in the field and did some work. So the work was done, and no, but it was unbilled. So you would say, well, you might argue, well, there was no economic event because you have to have source documents in order to do financial statements. Well, in this case, no, it would be an accrual. In service, if services have been performed in fulfillment of contract obligations, revenue has been earned. In some cases, and a contract doesn't have to be written. Remember that too. In some cases, there may be a time lag between the completion of the services and the billing of the services to the customer. To ensure this revenue is recorded on the books for the correct time period, all such unbilled amounts at the end of a reporting period, right, periodicity, are credited by journal entry to a service revenue account and debited to a current asset account with a title such as fees earned but unbilled. That's a good way to put it. And it may even remind your organization to bill for those fees. if you're small, if you don't have an automatic billing system. Excuse me. If this entry is not made, the billings for those services that are eventually reported in the next period and include revenues that should not have been reported in the prior period, which violates the matching principle of GAAP, generally accepted accounting principles, because the costs associated with those revenues, and let me see what they say here, because the costs associated with those revenues, such as salaries, supplies, rent, utilities, drugs administered to patients. This is a doctor's office. In our case, all the diesel fuel, everything that went in, trucking the equipment there, the labor, all of that. A similar adjustment is made to costs or expenses incurred in one period, but for which the vendor's invoice or other form of billing is received in the next period. So that's just to give you, and to flesh out why that is the way it is, and help you to understand accrual accounting. Now, as far as this goes, this is Emily's, and here is my former students, which I think is wholly correct, except for that one little glitch of unbilled revenue. So good job, Emily. Let's see. Go over here. Let's put this worksheet up here. And so you can look at these side by side, and notice that their notes are a little bit different. One student's notes don't match another student's notes, and those are subjective. And I'm certainly not going to grade you down for being sparse. Receive investment by owner. Perfect. That's great. Cash and common stock in the amount of $2,500,000. Yes. 4,100,000, 300. Yeah. Notes payable. Supplies, accounts payable. Yes. I hope you can see all this. 230. What else? Purchased, wages paid. And then we have down here April 11th. Accounts payable, PPI, cash, and receivable. See, this will be 240. We can put another entry. Yeah, we'll put another entry on December 31st. So there's those. Let me make sure I catch up. We're up to June 20th. Lodging, cash, notes payable, interest, cash, accounts receivable, revenue. Yeah, 715 here, 25 there. Supplies, accounts payable. Yep, looking good. And fuel, unearned revenue, 100. Collected 100 of deposits from customers who contracted for 2018. Maybe this one will be the extra 30 you would put in there. And let's see how cash unearned revenue 100. Yeah, so put that extra 30 that's here in there. That's December. What's in the notes here? At year end, had provided these services will be billed in early 2018. So you would put a receivable and an account unearned or unbilled revenue, or that cool. What was that designation in the other thing? I think it was called. What do you say? Fees earned but unbilled. So I might put that in there. I might say December 31st, right? I would just go in here and go December 31st. Accounts received. I'm going to debit what do we call it? Accounts receivable. Receivable. And then I'm going to credit, what do we call that? Fees earned, but unbilled. And I think the number was 30,000. And down 130, right? So that changes everything in this spreadsheet, but I'll show you how it plays out as we get further along. Anyway, there's that, and let me show you some more of what of this solution looks like, so that if you're struggling in later tabs, so to speak, tabulations. So that's that whole general journal. That's going to be our general journal all the way down. And then the general ledger looks something like this, right? You know, you can see the T accounts as they sort of play out: supplies, prepaid insurance, equipment, unearned revenue, uh, notes payable, capital stock, dividends, revenue. Let's see, depreciation, income, and here's the income summary. Okay, and I go back to that cash. Receivables should be, this should be a bigger number right here. So, right, 812, and it'll be 842. Okay, so that's that tab. And here's what it looks like in the balance sheet. So this number's off by 30,000. But not to worry. I'll go in. I'll go through and fix it all and put it up there again. But you can see by general journal, interest expense. What was this one? Oh, these are the adjustments. And here's the adjusted trial balance, right, off by 30,000. And then we have the financial statements, right? Here's one. Where's the rest? Oh, here they are. Income statement here, right? And statement of retained earnings here, balance sheet, etc. And general journal. This is the closing entries, right? Remember, here's our closeout to income summary. And post-closing trial balance, finally. I think that's the last tab, is it not? Yes. So that's all of it. Okay. I hope that alleviates some stress. But the idea here is to try this thing, you know, and just go after it and see if you can't begin to. This looks good. Common stock. This looks very good. Let me put up mine, just so you can get the Ms. Mullen can see them side by side. So maybe that'll help you. And feel free to send yours. I can't remember. Yeah, these look good. This one's blown up a little more. But we need that extra receivable of the 30,000 that was unbilled, because the work's already been done. That's the economic event that occurred. Okay, there's that. Oop. Seems, hopefully that makes sense. Some of it, you know. Great job. And let's see, payables. Oh, okay, that's about where she's. where she's at. That's great. Good work. Keep it up. It seems like a moose to get through, but it's not that bad. So I hope this helps. I'm gonna upload it right away before it gets too big and takes forever to upload. So uh, today's Wednesday, and if you have any more questions, please let me know. Um, and I will sign off now, and hopefully talk to you soon. If not Monday, try to come to class, and I'll see you then.